Hi everyone, it's Dr. Dave and welcome to this Thursday's Medical Minute. So I was just reading one of many journals I read each week. This one is called Cardiology Today, and it's a journal that basically gives you a synopsis of studies that are coming out or latest trends in cardiology, cardiovascular medicine. And I thought there was a really interesting article I wanted to share with everybody. The title of the article is Telehealth Aids in Continuous Care for Cardiac Conditions. So COVID-19 has had many negative implications, but the one positive thing that has come out of COVID-19, at least in my opinion, is that it has brought to the forefront telehealth or telemedicine. Telehealth or telemedicine has been around for years now, but it really never caught on and has not been used extensively. In fact, in 2019, 9% of U.S. residents used telemedicine for doctor's visits. But once COVID-19 struck, from March to April at a major medical center, urgent care visits went up 683%. Non-urgent care visits went up 4,345%. So you can see how popular telehealth has become in the era of COVID-19. So the question is, where do we go from here? Is telehealth going to be something that we're going to utilize when COVID-19 eventually is not as prominent? Or is this something that is going to only be utilized during severe contagious disease outbreaks? So I think the answer lays somewhere in the middle. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, your opinion is on telehealth or telemedicine. Telehealth and telemedicine definitely fills a void. And in my experience, the void that it fills is for patients who are elderly and have a hard time getting into the office, patients who are anxious about coming to the office due to COVID-19, people who are in rural areas where it really is tough to get to a healthcare provider. Those are areas that I think telehealth will continue to help support. Now, whether telehealth is going to be utilized as much as we utilize it now, we don't know. I personally think it's unlikely. I definitely think telehealth will be utilized, but definitely not at the level we're utilizing it right now. So a couple other thoughts on telehealth. A lot of what we do in cardiology, we can do with the help of telehealth, especially if somebody has the ability to take their blood pressure at home with a reliable monitor. And based on what a patient tells us many times, we can figure out what's going on. Now, this is most applicable to patients we know, we have a rapport with. This is not as easily done with a new patient or a new patient visit. In fact, we do not perform telehealth visits on new patients per se, really only established patients. So there are a lot of things we could do, but you do lose some element of the art of medicine by using telehealth. You can't examine a patient. Sometimes there are nonverbal clues that a patient will give you that you don't see on a video. So there is some art of diagnosis loss. Some patients also just like the comfort of being in front of their healthcare provider, the touch, shaking hands, sometimes hugging. Obviously, this is totally different now with COVID-19 and not going to be part of our standard practice. But overall, there are a lot of things we have to work out with telehealth. We have to make sure it's fair and equitable. We have to make sure that everybody has broadband internet access and that everybody has video appliances, phones, computers, tablets, so that they can access the telehealth video. So there's a lot of things we have to work out. We also have to work out, are doctors going to get paid for telehealth in the future? Right now, they are getting paid under the COVID-19 emergency, but we don't know if this is going to continue. So I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. Have you been to a doctor through telehealth? Did you like it? Did you feel it was the same? How is it different? So leave me your thoughts. Let's get a discussion going. And until next time, this is Dr. Dave.